Nestled deep in the Blue Ridge of Virginia, you'll find one of our nation's best kept secret for photographing white-tailed deer, Shenandoah National Park. We're here in the middle of the rut. It's fall, we've got beautiful color, big bucks, fighting. It's that time of year, love's in the air. We've got great photographic opportunities. I'm your host, Doug Gardner, and your wild photo adventure starts now. As long as you don't come after me, we'll be all right. Look how wide that rack is. Whoa. Beautiful. Got the steam coming out of his mouth. Oh my gosh, this is beautiful. Good behavior, really good behavior. And that's what great sellable photographs is all about. It's not just your nice portraits of these deer, it's great behavior. All right, he's done running any competitors off now, and this is a really good situation because he came back and laid back down right here in front of me. He's right in the middle of a patch of fern, lush green ferns. Now, I've got backlight, real strong backlight, and I'm gonna try to position myself so I don't have any limbs or twigs or sticks in my way, try to get a nice shot of this guy. This is a good situation. Obviously, he's very comfortable with me being. You know, I pray for days like this, great light, but sometimes I'm kind of torn between what exactly great light means to me. You know, I like full sun. I love seeing animals and my subjects in full sun. But when you get in a forested situation, bright sunny day, trees create shadows. So you have areas of bright sun and dark shadows. So what I try to do is I try to just wait the subject out and let the subject move into bright sun, and I'll expose for the animal in the bright sun. On sunny days, I always expose for the highlight areas. On cloudy days, I expose for mid-tone areas because on a cloudy day, everything in here is going to be. So I spot meter the fur, get my exposure, and fire away. Now he's in a situation right now where part of his body is in shade and part of it is in sun. Unfortunately, the shade is falling right across his eye and his mouth, and the rest of his body is in sun. So I'm gonna wait till he moves around a little bit. Maybe he looks up, looks back at some of these other bucks that have been traveling through the area, and maybe I can get a good shot. All right, well, his doe is sitting right beside him. Every time any kind of buck comes anywhere near her, he jumps up, starts grunting, and chases him off, and comes right back to this spot where the ferns are. His doe just got up and he's going. Okay, he's following her down that thicket. I really don't want to get in anything much thicker than this. So I saw some. When you're coming into a new area and you're trying to find where you think deer may be hanging out, there's a couple things you want to look for. One, you want to look for shelter. Right here, we've got apple trees. We've got apple trees all through this area. It's beautiful hardwood forest area. There's game trails all over the place. They're crisscrossing. So that tells me that you have deer traveling in all directions. This is kind of a funnel area. We saw a doe and a fawn as we walked in, so this place has got high hopes. I'm also seeing signs that the rut is in full swing. Some of the signs for the rut will be rubs on trees where the bucks will rub their velvet off. Then you have scrapes on the ground where the big bucks will mark their territory by urinating on the ground and scratching the leaves away. This whole area is covered with this kind of sign. So we're gonna set up here, see what happens, cross our fingers. We got 3 bucks. All 3 bucks are a little bit agitated. They're starting to fight some. All right, nice 10 point. He's smelling the air. Here comes the doe. Got some lip curling. He's trying to pick up the scent of the doe. Or just grunted. I think we might have a little challenge here. Nice buck. Nice 10 point buck. Okay, does just got up. Both bucks are approaching each other. Might have a fight. Might have a fight. Ears laid back. That's a good sign. Come on guys, get in the open so I can get a picture. I don't want to pressure the deer, but I do want to stay just far enough behind that I can keep him in eyesight. Because in this thick stuff, they can disappear like that. These bucks are running each other, they're running smaller bucks, they're running the does. It's crazy in here right now. Absolutely crazy. You don't know which way to look. There he is. God. He's got me before I spotted him. Come on, big boy. Come out in the open. Got gorgeous light on his face right now. Come on, big boy. Come on. This big buck's got really white horns, and when the light's harsh, those horns will shine white, and you'll easily overexpose the horns if you're not careful. All right, he's coming back to me, real slow. Right, he's coming to us, coming right at us, coming right at us. That's the second shot I done missed with long lens. Gotta have the 7200. Sometimes you gotta leave the 500 in the bag. Try to catch back up with these bucks. Going lightweight this time. I ain't missing that shot again. That's right, I love that. He's getting down in some dark light now. I don't even know if it's worth trying to keep up with him. Light's falling quick. I think the best idea is maybe get back out towards some of the open areas, some of the staging areas close to the fields. Got a little bit more light. It is quite cool this morning. But you know, it seems like cold weather, that's the key. That's what triggers the rut. All week it's been warm. Yesterday it got a little bit cooler. We started seeing a little bit more activity. Today it's cooler. And we have seen deer running everywhere. We're just getting in the woods good. And we saw a couple nice bruisers run across the road and into this patch of woods. When you first get in the woods, before you even start trying to go find the animal you're going to photograph, try to get a base exposure on your camera. That way you're not fumbling around, because things can happen real fast. This early in the morning, you need to get that ISO up, because shutter speed is your key thing here. These rutting bucks, they're displaying a lot of behavior, and you can miss that behavior. They're chasing does, they're fighting, they're rubbing trees. Even when they're following the does, they're not standing still very long. So you need to get that shutter speed up. In order to do that, you're going to most likely have to shoot wide open. I'm having to shoot at f4, and I've got a shutter speed of around 250 and ISO. This is a beautiful 9-point, much larger than any of the other bucks we've seen this week. He's only 9, we've seen a 10, but his rack is much more impressive. A lot of great behavior this morning too. Got lip curling, which is he's trying to pick up the scent of the doe that's actually in estrus. There's several does around him, but usually only 1 or 2 are going to be ready to breed, and that's the ones he's chasing. He's constantly back and forth, got his head down, chasing, head up, smelling. Every time he passes a scrape, he'll sit there and freshen that scrape up, let all the other bucks in the area know this is his area, and these are his does. Unbelievable behavior. One of the most popular areas for photographing white-tailed deer among photographers is Cades Cove, Tennessee. And I've haunted that area for many years. Until now, I thought it was a really good place. And it still is a really good place. But the thing I really like about Shenandoah Valley National Park is the woods. Here you have 90% hardwoods. So this time of year, the leaves are falling off the trees, and you can see a long distance. Now behind me, I've got a thicket. Out in front of me, there's open woods. Out in front of the woods, there's open meadows. During the middle of the day, you'll find the deer bedded down in these thickets. But in early morning, late afternoon, they start moving out into this open forest area, which is a staging area. And this is the place I like to shoot them. The nice, clean, open woods. You can see a long ways, and you have a few obstacles you have to shoot around, a few sticks, some deadfall. But for the most part, getting good forest shots of white-tailed deer, this is where you want to be. Unlike Cades Cove is great for shooting in the fields, but I got tired real quick of all my images being white-tailed deer in nice groomed green grass meadows. Didn't do a thing for me. That's when I realized I much prefer shooting white-tailed deer in a forested area. It looks more natural, it's a lot more sellable. And in the woods at Cades Cove, you have a lot of evergreen trees, so you never get any good light in there. It's always very, very dark. So it's really difficult to shoot in there. One thing about shooting in a forested area, on sunny days, you're gonna have really high contrast situations to shoot in. You're gonna have bright. Uh-oh, bruiser's coming in to the left, David, to the left. For East Coast standards, he's a nice whitetail, nice 10-point. He's comfortable enough with us that he has bedded down in front of us. So we're going to ease over here to the left and just sit with him and try to get some really nice portrait shots. Even though I really like shooting in the woods, it's much harder because you have to wait for the animal to get in a nice open area so you can see him. You have some of these sticks and twigs and whatnot in your way. It makes it very difficult. The deer is comfortable, he's relaxed, he's in a great position. He's laying down, head nice and alert. If I don't get another shot this week, if I don't see another deer this week, I will go home a happy man. This is a beautiful shot, great light, great background. Oh. I thought he was gonna get up and run. All right, we got another buck in the area. He is on full alert. That was close, that was close. When these bucks are in the rut, they got one thing on their mind, and it's love. They are not worried about us at all. All right, he's jumped up out of his bed now. I think he's going to challenge some of these other bucks. We got to keep up with him if we have any chance to catch a possible fight. Well, it looks like he's gonna bed down again. He is bedding down again. All right, well, we're gonna sit here and wait him out and see what happens. Well, keeping up with this fella is kind of a challenge in these woods. He came on past, he was bedded down, came on past us. He came over here and checked these other bucks out. There were some does over here too, but obviously the little bucks didn't want to have anything to do with this big bruiser. So we've got some bushes and old deadfall in the way right now. But we're gonna let him sit there and rest, let me rest too, and see what he does. There's deer activity all around us right now, and this is kind of a funnel area. This is where we've been seeing a lot of signs. We found the scrape line yesterday, we found all the rubs, we found a lot of game trails that were converging in this one area. So this is a good area. Even though I really wish I had my 70-200 right now so I could get some full body shots when he stands up. The 500 is working really well for these portraits because there's so much clutter and downfall in these woods. The longer lens allows me to shoot at f4 and really kind of blur out some of these distracting limbs in the background. Kind of helps make him pop out of the scene a little bit. This has been a really special morning. But you know what? This area is known for having some nice sized bucks in it. This guy's been more than cooperative, so we're gonna just let him. Here in Shenandoah National Park, it's no different than any other national park we have. Animals get accustomed to human behavior, human activity all around them, and when you get near the campsites, near the highways, picnic areas, things like that, a lot of the animals don't really have much fear of man. But when you get them back here in the woods, where you've got predators, coyotes, wolves, other things, you can really start getting some great behavior. It's the most difficult way to photograph them. Trying to keep up with these guys is really tough, but you know what? Well, my trip to Shenandoah National Park has been nothing short of amazing. We came here with high hopes of photographing rutting white-tailed deer, and that's exactly what happened. Toward the beginning of the week, we started off with warm temperatures, and then toward the middle of the week, the temperatures dropped significantly, and it really sparked off the rut. More information about this show and Shenandoah National Park is available online. Remember, it's not just about a photograph, it's the outdoor experience. I'm your host, Doug Gardner, and thank you for joining me on another wild photo adventure. This is a handsome big bull. Not a bull, a buck. Just kind of weight the situation. Really, I can't say it enough. And you'll find a great, doing all kind of really neat. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Of a rub. This is where in the